Hi, this is Amy Whalen. Thanks for joining me today at amy'sinklings.com. Today I wanted to show you how to make these cute little packets for cookies, perfect for gift giving. So come join me. My original intent when I made these was to actually use a CD envelope. I've made these before, and in fact last summer I had a summer camp for young kids. We made cookies large enough. I had them stamp the envelope, we slipped them inside, super easy peasy. If you do use these CD envelopes, my recommendation, this is what we did, we made cookies that were very greasy. So these already have a plastic coating on the inside, but we also cut a piece of wax paper the same size as the envelope, and we slipped the cookie inside, and that way when we closed it and packaged it up, it didn't get grease on the stamped area. So again, if your cookies are large enough, go the easy route and make it with CD envelopes. So last night when I set out to make these, I realized my cookies were too small, but the easy solution was to use the infamous envelope punch board. You've seen me use this a lot lately. I'm not quite sure why, but I guess I'm on a envelope punch board kick. Now I knew that my packet needed to be 3.5 inches square. So I'm starting with a piece of copy paper, very thin, that measures 6 by 6, and I'm going to start scoring it at 3. So here we go. So I'm going to line it up at the 3 as it instructed. I'm going to punch and score all the way around. Because it is a square envelope, you're going to find that every time it's going to be at the 3 as well as lining up with that previous score line. When your envelopes or boxes are not square, that does change, but just know here, since it's square, it's easy. Same measurement, same, following the same score line. And let's go ahead and round the corners. Now if your cookies are super thick, you might need to add some dimension and make more or less a small box for your cookie, but I didn't find that necessary here. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to use the Flourishes die to cut this window. Now if you have circle framelits, then by all means use that. I don't, and frankly I kind of like the idea of getting a floral window for the cookie. So now what I did, since this is wider than the magnetic board, is I put 2 pieces of cardstock here, folded this over. You're going to end up with some impression on this envelope flap, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and run this through my Big Shot, and I will be right back. So there you go. All right, let's put this aside and let's get stamping. I'm going to be using the Flourishes stamp set, this big nice one, and I am using the E clear block. Now this one I did in Wisteria Wonder because I had that seam binding ribbon. This one I did in Wild Wasabi because again I had that seam binding ribbon as well. And this one I did in Tangerine Tango. And the reason is we have the satin ribbon on our clearance rack in Tangerine Tango. That product number is 133669 and it sells for only $3.59. Now the next one I'm going to do in Hello Honey because again this satin ribbon is on the clearance rack again for only $3.59 and that product number is 133671. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now since this is a large stamp, I always put it on the table with the image facing up and I ink it that way. Let me get a piece of paper to protect my grid paper. Alright, so that's inked up and we're going to stamp it like this. Okay, so let's keep doing that and I might speed through this. Alright, so our stamping is done. Now remember I showed you on the CD envelope, I was mentioning that you do want to protect both sides of it so you don't get any bleed through of cookie grease. What I did, and you have 2 choices here, you can either use one of our 4x6 cello bags or one of our clear envelopes. And what I did beforehand is I cut them down, and these measure just perfectly inside 2 out of the envelopes. And we're going to attach that using some glue dots. We'll attach the inside one first. And I'm just going to put some glue dots in each corner. I want to make sure I'm putting it in the right place. And I'll put it right there. Okay. Alright, so now we have our window. So let's go ahead and start putting the envelope together. I guess I should call it the cookie package. Let's see, bring that up like that. Okay, let's use a little dab of snail. And we'll fold that one up. Now we're ready to put the other window in. This is a little tricky since your envelope is put together. It might be easier just for you to just put in the bottom, put glue dots on the bottom. Did I get it on there? Can't see what I'm doing. Let's try this. There we go. Woo. I'm working with a clear material and a clear adhesive dot, and I am losing track with where I am. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll get it one of these days. Alright, so this is a little tricky because you want to get it all the way down there without it getting stuck with the glue dot. Ooh, that one slid in perfectly. Okay, so now what we have is plastic on both sides of the cookie, so you won't get yuck on the paper. A little more dab of that here. Now again, the package is a little bulky, but that's alright. If you want to make more of a box, you can, but I don't think that's so necessary. Now again, I'm bringing in some Hello Honey. This is Stitch Satin Ribbon. It's retired, but we still have it in our catalog, or rather, it's still available online, and the product number again is 133671, and it's a bargain because this one and the Tangerine Tango sells for only $3.59. So scoop that up while you can, because this is beautiful ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie it in a bow. I find that if I do bunny ears, like I'm tying shoes, that the ribbon lies flat easier. So that one's pretty good. Let me get my trusty ribbon scissors. And we are done. Aren't these adorable? I love them. They make a great shower gift or just a sweet little treat for a friend or neighbor. Hey, if you don't currently have a Stampin' Up! Consultant, please reach out to me at amy'sinklings@gmail.com. I'd love to send you some of our new catalogs. We have Celebration and our new Occasions catalog coming out on January 5th, and you don't want to miss it. If you're ready to place an order now, make sure you're at my website, amy'sinklings.com, and use the Shop Now button in the upper right-hand corner. You can place these items right now. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you come again soon. Bye-bye.